Hi beautiful souls, it's me, Shamama Hunting Owl, and I am just here with a quick little check-in message for us, for you guys. I wanted to come on and thank you all for your support, your love, your donations. I have been going through some shit, as you guys know. And I don't know, was it a week ago? I think it was a week ago. I recorded audio for you guys, and I was deep in my shit. I was deep in fear. I was deep in my own pain, and I did reach out to ask for help and support from you guys. And I have to say that I am ever so grateful and appreciative for the love that was shown back to me, as well as the criticisms and the judgments that I received over the past week. Has it been a week or has it been 2 weeks? It might be 2 weeks. I don't even know, you guys. Time has been really, really weird. But over the last week, I did go on an interesting job interview that made me realize how much I am truly worth, and made me understand that I cannot deny the parts of myself and my soul and what I am here to do just because I was living in this fear of not being supported and taken care of by the universe. You all allowed me to share my stuff and to receive lots of feedback. And again, I say both positive and negative in what I was asking and sharing with you guys. And all of this has led into this past week of me understanding and honoring what I am truly here to do. And that no fear, no anxiety, no 3D world nonsense is going to shake me off of my path in what my job is, what my mission is, and what my role is here. And you all helped me get there. And I want to thank you from my wholest heart, because this past week I have been sick as a dog. I quote unquote had the 3D version of a stomach bug, and all the disgusting parts that come with that for over a week. And in that illness, in that purge, because that's what it was a massive purge of some very low vibration stuff that I had been holding on to, some dependencies that I was still relying on in my life and in my world that needed to be shed. And as you can see, I'm out in my backyard, and I am still here at the house, and I am still, believing and trusting. And so in my backyard, I had the most amazing experience where I have, and I don't think you guys can see it, but way back there, I have a plant that I've been growing. It's a passion flower plant. And I grew it from seeds a few years ago. And I use it for medicine, a very gentle heart opener for my clients and myself when we do ceremonies and journey and whatever. And in the move, a lot of my plants got pretty beaten up since we moved a couple of times. And my passion flower plant was still doing so lovely. It was a beautiful vine. And last Monday I had come outside, a week ago today, I had come outside and took all care of it and yada, yada, yada. And it was doing amazing, and it was starting to thrive again. And then on Tuesday, I went for this ridiculous job interview that just showed me how much more worth everything that I truly am, and how I couldn't sell my soul, could not fragment who I am and what I am here to do, and the abilities and the gifts that I have been blessed with as who I am. And I knew, like, I couldn't sell myself out. And so I went on this ridiculous interview, and I mean, it went fine, and it would have been an okay job and whatever. And, but they couldn't see everything I brought to the table. And they wanted me to literally, it was like if my whole body was everything I do: massage therapy, crystals, energy work, oils, cards, all of the things that make me me. Singing bowls, the drums, my, the body movements, the meditation, all of the things that I do, okay, that I am. And they couldn't see. They were pushing me into this box that would have required me to fragment myself so much that it would have been like cutting off 3/4 of my body if I was to take that path. And yes, the money would have helped and blah, 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 but it wasn't something that my heart, I mean, I came home and I was just crying. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off my phone. Hang on, guys. Okay, I was literally crying on the way home because I knew my soul was gonna die if I accepted something that was less than what I deserve, less than who I am. And so right after this ridiculous day, and there was so much potential. So this is the thing, there was so much potential. I saw the potential. But again, as we know, we cannot put all of our eggs in the basket of potential because we're dealing with what is actually being presented. And although I could see potential in the future of what this experience could have been, I knew it wasn't right. I could feel it wasn't right. But in the process of preparing for potentially receiving and accepting this position, I have had to purge and let go of some dependency things. And, I've always been honest with you guys. I smoke cannabis. I do it, sometimes I just do it occasionally. Sometimes I do it more frequently. I was using it, and I'm saying using it up recently as a way to help me eat and sleep. And I had become not addicted because it's not a physical addiction. It was a dependency that I had developed on needing this medicine to help me take care of myself. And because this job was going to be at a drug rehabilitation facility, I obviously was going to have to take a drug test. So once I applied for the job, I had stopped using cannabis completely, and that was about 3.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't know, something like that. And after going on this interview and realizing this wasn't the right place for me, well, the next day I began to get sick with this quote-unquote stomach bug, which was actually a bigger purge. It was an actual releasing of all of the shit that was in my body. And so I come back to my passion plant, my passion flower plant that I grew from seeds, and it was beautiful and amazing and was doing so well last Monday prior to the interview. And then I had gotten sick. I went to the interview, I got sick the next day, started getting sicker, the week went on, and I didn't care, and I didn't tend to my plants. I couldn't even get out of bed for I finally got out of bed on Saturday, that I was able to function and not be either in bed or in the bathroom. And in all of this, I came back out because now my plants, it hasn't rained here in Florida in a long time, and it's hot as balls. It's fucking beautiful summer, gorgeous. You can hear the little bit of the breeze blowing the chimes. Anyway, I went out to my plants who desperately needed to be taken care of and checked on. And on Saturday morning, I found my entire beautiful, thriving plant had been devoured by caterpillars. And not just one kind of caterpillar, 2 different kinds of caterpillars that are crazy beautiful. and a little creepy and scary at the same time. They're not those like monarchy green caterpillars that turn into beautiful monarch butterflies. These are like these white with black thorny things and these orange with black thorny things. And apparently they are somewhat venomous and whatever. Well, these creatures, these beautiful, amazing creatures, had devoured 98% of my passion flower plants. And I was pissed. I was so upset, you guys. And I had been sick, and I was still sick, and I was just so upset that my plants had been destroyed. Well, I got over it, went inside, whatever. The next day I came back out, which was yesterday, Sunday, and I sat with my plants, which is again back there, and I watched, and I was present with these caterpillars, and I was witnessing in real time their transformation. I was watching them. Some of them were still chewing on the little tiny bits of green that were left, like these little tiny stems of the plant, and they were eating them. And some of them were starting to hang and form into chrysalis. And I was actually, as I sat there for over 2.5 hours with them, connecting and being present to the smallest details. And I was watching as, you know, they literally climbed up there and hung upside down, and they did their little shaky thing that they do. And I was able to see them as they were developing their chrysalis, and how part of their body falls off when they get to the top. Like, they don't actually encompass their whole body. They actually lose a little tiny part of themselves that would fall off. And I was able to see them liquefying. Hang on, guys, sorry, there's a plane. I hope that you guys can still hear me. I was able to see through the chrysalis, the cocoon, the whatever you want to call it, because they were transparent, and I could see the caterpillars liquefying and changing form. And we talk about all the time that we are butterflies, that we change form, we transform, we transmute, we transform, we become a new version of ourselves, much like the caterpillar and the butterfly. And all of that upset and anger and frustration I had about them devouring my plants, my beautiful plants that I nurtured and took care of, all went away, because I was now nourishing their transformation. I was now nourishing them becoming a new version of themselves. And in those moments, in those hours, they weren't even moments, in those hours that I sat bearing witness to their transformation, there were other animals that began coming into my yard. I had an iguana climbing on the wall behind me, standing there, sitting there, staring at me. There was this beautiful, huge pink bird, and I promise you, I wasn't on medicine. I had been completely clean, sober from all plant medicines, all everything. Like, this was just me connecting to the divine, to nature, to creation. And I was given the clarity and the realization that everything that was happening inside of me, all of this horrible, digestive, upset, and upset is just doesn't even cover what it was. It was literally like I was in that chrysalis. My insides were liquefying. My insides were purging out all of the old forms of who I was and allowing me to transform, giving me the container and the space to become a better, more real, more developed, more evolved version of myself. And so I share this in the sense that, first of all, I was clearing everything from my solar plexus and my root and my sacral chakra. I was also having a massive heart expansion as I was watching the beauty of all of this. of the part that I played in this beautiful ecosystem, in this beautiful world that we truly live in. And they were showing me, as I sat there and watched, that it's all part of the divine plan. That this transformation, this place that I have been taken to within myself, and all of the things that I had been doing to help myself were really hurting myself, and they weren't feeding me the way I needed to be nourished. And that nourishment was to come from within. And it allowed me to connect to the divinity of all that is. The divinity of the I am. I am those caterpillars. I am doing and creating the things I need to nourish myself. And you all played an integral part in this transformation for me. And so I sit here and I share this with you because this is where we are coming to. This new place of transformation, this new awareness of how we are truly connected to the divine plan, and that we need to have faith and trust and not settle out of fear or out of this 3D world. So here's the thing. I've told you, I have always been the 11th hour girl. I have always been the one who squeaks out in the last minute exactly what needs to happen in order to continue to honor and do the things that I've been put here to do without selling myself out, without selling myself short for something that is less than. And in that, I could feel my heart literally crack open and begin to expand in accepting all of who I am and this illness that I was going through, and seeing it for its divine purpose of allowing me to release and heal and purge through a deeper experience. So I wanted to share this with you guys. I am in a much better mental, physical, I'm still nauseous as fuck, but like the things coming out of all ends of me have subsided. The nausea is still the only thing that is with me, and I believe that is still a symbol of the fact that I am still in this chrysalis phase. My cells are still reordering. My being is still coming into full transformation as I move through this time and this period. And so I just want to add and just reiterate again that you all played an instrumental part in everything that I have experienced, in everything that I have learned about myself in this past, whatever it's been, week, 2 weeks, whatever it's been. And I thank you from every bit and every fiber of my transforming being for the part that you have played in supporting me, and in it, all the comments and all the things that you have shared, both good and bad. It has allowed me to see myself in my fullness, in who I am, and I am so grateful. So with that, you guys, I hope that this message sits with you in a way that you may receive it. And I thank you so much for being here as my tribe, as our tribe, to support each other. So with that, you guys, I am sending you all so much love and light, gratitudes and blessings, always beautiful souls. I love you so much. Mwah. And we will talk again very soon. Bye-bye.